Say, Madam Miriam, say me fi tell you.
This a year I wanna hear.
See, I come here disturb my worship moment now, man. Hello? Yes, hello, who this? Speak now and for about all your peace. Oh, self, are you? Then oh, you sound so excited. What kind of good news? No, me not hear it pop to give me man. Awa. You mean the Pollyanna's project I put on big fish fry and fundraiser in New York? Self, you're lying. That mean me and you and Agnes going to foreign? No, self, hang up. No. Me I run go over Agnes right about now. Go gear this your good news yourself. Hang up later. I'm living on a jet plane. I don't know when I'll be back again. Agnes, hold dog, Agnes, hold your dog. Then we have good news, Agnes, hold the dogs. Oh, you mean when me a friend your fa? Anyways, Agnes, me why you look for your Sunday best, Agnes, and all you nice like a dan them, my love. At your grip, are you dulcimina? I start pack, we're going to foreign, big sitting I go on a foreign, big something I go on a foreign right down in New York, Agnes. And the one you can't miss way. Say, Agnes, listen to this. Pollyanna's project presents the ultimate fish fry fundraiser, Saturday, June 28th from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. All road leads to 109 West 7th Street, Mount Vernon, New York, 10550. Meals start from as low as $25 US. Special orders $35 and up. Under the menu festive with beer, good food and things. Steamed fish, ackee and saltfish, escovitch fish, fish soup, and it not done this curry chicken and brown stew chicken upon it too. Not to mention the side orders, rice and peas, white rice, bami, plantain, and breadfruit. The price cheapy. We're gonna yam till we belly bust. Call them now at 914-837-9290, 914-688-6741, and 347-837-5802. 914-837-9290, 914-688-6741, and 347-837-5802. Cash up and Zelle info, 914-733-5745, 914-733-5745. It's the ultimate fish fry fundraiser. Don't miss it. Agnes, you hear that, my love? Pack your belongings from early, my dear child, cause the earlier, the better. I'm living on a jet plane. I don't know when I'll be back again. Agnes, what you say? That one you can't miss with. Mount Vernon, we are come.
This is a true story of my mother and I. Thank you, Jesus. I thank God for my mother, the one who taught me how to pray. I thank God for my mother. She's the one who showed me the way. I thank God for my mother. She's the one who taught me how to pray.
Tune in to Positive Radio 106.9 Mount Yonkers, New Russia, the Bronx. Positive Radio is not the religious radio. We deal with positive alone.
Let me say your pleasant good afternoon. 106.9 Positive Radio, right here in the state of New York, in the city of money earning Mount Vernon. Good afternoon to you. My name is Donna Moore Stewart, and I am live and in living color on this Thursday before Mother's Day. Good afternoon to you, to all my beautiful audience member, my community. I call you my community. Happy Mother's Day yet again. And it's all about you, mothers and fathers who are mothers. And if you say hello to me and greet me, I will greet you back. If you don't, that means, you know what I mean? That is just the rule. So if you say hello to me, I will see that you're here. Sometimes people don't want nobody call them names, so I will respect that. So if you say hello to me, I will acknowledge you. So good afternoon to you. Those who are locked on YouTube, big up on yourself. Those who are on Facebook, good afternoon. What about those of you who are locked on our website? 24 hours positive radio 106.9. If you're anywhere in the world, you can have access to positive radio. Just go to your browser and type in www.positiveradio.com. Good afternoon to you, Stush. Good afternoon. Thank you. If you say yes, if you acknowledge me, I say it. Yes, man. Good afternoon, Stush. Boutique, God bless you. Janet is in the house. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I'm waiting for Rosie to join us this afternoon. I did send a link out for those who wants to be part of tonight's broadcast. If there is a mother that you want to say happy Mother's Day to, feel free to do so. If you want to share the journey of motherhood with all of us, tonight is the night when you will get the chance to do so. Thank you very much, Stush, for reminding the community members to go ahead and share the broadcast. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. My sister Vilena Query, happy Mother's Day to you, my sister. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you. Are you joining the broadcast to speak about your journey as a teenage mom? That would be interesting, Vilena. Come on. As a teenager, my sister have a baby at a teenage, in her teens. So if she wants, she will call in or she will talk about that. We perceive that some persons may join the broadcast tonight. If they're not shy, they might join the broadcast. But of course, I'm waiting for my co-host who is getting ready. So I'll wait for her. But can I just play one from Jabez for you while you continue to share the broadcast? Tonight, the tone is just going to be mellow. It's no drama, right, Stosh? You'll never get drama over here. And I know that becomes boring to you, but for me, see drama, let me tell you something. I'm repulsed when I see drama. When I see something that is just too contentious, I'm staying away from that. So, good afternoon to you. I see Rosie's almost here, and Janet Berham, my number one star giver, is saying Happy Mother's Day to my mother and to you, Aunty Donna, and myself, and all the mothers on the broadcast. Amen. Amen. I can keep that comment there for now because that is just what this entire broadcast is going to be about celebrating you, celebrating yourself, celebrating those who play a mother role in your life. Understand? No negativity tonight. I mean, I mean, we know we have some bad mothers, but I want to hear, we want to keep it positive tonight. Um, I also want to pay homage to those persons. I know it's Mother's Day and not everyone is happy, Janet. Joy writes, good afternoon. Joy is here. I didn't see Joy comment. What happened, Joy? I didn't see your comment. Um, you have some persons who have lost their mom, and it's really the toughest time for them. So, over my head, you will see that even though you're far away, you are still in my heart. Happy Mother's Day in heaven. I want to put that there for those persons who have lost their mom. And of course, you know for myself that I lost my mom more than 30. It's 30 years this year that I lost my mom. And I tell you, I miss my mom, man. There are times when I just want her to cook one particular thing for me. One particular thing I want to taste it again. And that is tripe and bean. My mom will cook a good tripe and bean for me. I don't know about you, Ruby. Happy Mother's Day. My mom will make a mean tripe and bean. Whether she put curry on it or not, my mom will make a. Me said I can taste it in my mouth as I'm thinking about it and speaking about it. That memory just always there. And if she knows that I'm in Jamaica when I used to visit, she will put on one little Dutch pot because I'm the only one that eat it really. And she will put on a little Dutch pot and she put the tripe and bean and she cook it all down just for me. So I miss my mom. I miss a good tripe and bean from time to time. So some of you who have lost your mom, I know that you miss your mom from time to time. I see my co-host is in the house, so let me get her in. Good. Oh, Sunday. Let me put us big. Let me make us big. Yes, that's better. Good afternoon, Rosie.
Good afternoon, Reginald. Good afternoon, good morning, good night, whatever time it is in the neck of the woods where you're at. Yes, welcome to Let's Talk, and it's all about the mothers tonight.
Amen. Happy Mother's Day.
Indeed.
Because I know after tonight broadcast, there's no communication.
Right, right. I
Happy,
know I'm going to say it before the end of the program, but
yes.
let me make sure say it at the start as well. Happy Mother's Day when it comes.
Already know.
I know that some countries already celebrated Mother's Day. I didn't know that in England their Mother's Day had gone.
Mhm.
So yeah, so persons from different countries celebrate their Mother's Day. But you know what? It doesn't matter what time you celebrate. In fact, I believe that mothers should be celebrated at all times. It's
Amen.
just that we set aside a day
Yeah.
to specifically celebrate them. But happy Mother's Day when it comes, wherever you are. And I do hope you will be pampered. I hope that your day will be very well spent and you will feel super special, extra special than you normally would be.
Yes,
Yes,
agree with you. And tonight we're going to be talking about mother. As a matter of fact, one of our guests, someone just joined the broadcast, and I'm going to be inviting her into the broadcast early because she has another appointment on another, social spaces broadcast,
yes.
whatever it is, WhatsApp group, prayer meeting, something along that line. So I want to be able to get her in very early so that she can share her journey of motherhood. She's not comfortable being on camera because she wants to show.
Listen, let me cut you right there. Can I tell you that my guest, who is a relative of mine, she checking out? So I do understand when you say that not everybody is like the social media space and all of that.
Yeah,
But I mean,
right. So
to each his own.
the
Yeah. So
podcast if you want to join the broadcast, I want to hear different perspective of motherhood. And my guest, who is Ambassador Rhonda Ben, has I heard her story for the first time yesterday, and I did not know. So I'm going to invite her in for her to share her journey of motherhood. Let me get her in. Good afternoon to you, Ambassador.
Good afternoon, Ambassador. Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening. And Rosie's here as well.
Hi, Rosie. How are you?
Hola,
Happy
mother.
Mother's Day
Hola.
to you when it comes. And
Same
happy
to you.
Mother's Day to all the mothers that are listening online. Happy Mother's Day to you, Aunty Donna,
Thank you.
whenever when it arrives.
Right. Amen. Thank you. So I know you have a busy schedule, and I want to, you know, take it from your perspective of a mother. Rhonda Ben is the mother. When she was pregnant, she has her baby, and she will tell you her story. And that is where I want to focus on, because there's different aspect and element to this motherhood thing. And I want Rhonda to kick it off, sharing her journey. We said we give them about 10 minutes to give everybody else a chance. So go ahead, Rhonda. The floor is all yours.
Like it's a good evening. Thank you for having me. It's an honor and a privilege always to be on your program.
Amen.
Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers that are listening on your platform. And my journey as a mother come with some challenges. In 1996, after heartbreak of a miscarriage, I found out I was pregnant again. My husband and I, we were filled with joy and hope. But in 1997, I gave birth to my son, 2.5 months premature, weighing 2.5 pounds at birth. That was just the beginning of our long emotional journey. So I delivered by C-section and spent every day pumping breast milk, making consistent trip to the hospital just for him to gain enough weight to survive. After he reached 5 pounds, he was discharged from the hospital. But our challenges as parents were just only beginning. So he had speech delay, physical delay, and didn't talk, didn't walk until he was 2 years old. So throughout his school years, pre-K through high school, he needed therapy, speech therapy, physical therapy, counseling, and full-time support. So as a mother, fighting for a child from pre-K to high school, I was in the classroom every day. Every day. I chose at the time of birth, I used to work in a nursing home, so I would work 3 to 11. So I would be in the classroom with him in the daytime, come home from work, cook, and leave home 1 o'clock, 1:30 to go to work. Come back at 11 o'clock at night, 11:30. I would get home, and the journey continue. Because with a premature child, you don't want to send the child to babysitter. So I had petitioned for my mother to come to America, but then she got denied. So friends and family in my community, his godmother, his aunt, my aunt, his grandmother, whichever one of my co-worker was home at the time, would keep him for me. But despite all those struggles, right, I discovered something very incredible. While he couldn't speak, While he couldn't speak much, he was very gifted with his hands. Like his fine motor skills as developed. And after he graduated from high school, I enrolled him in Lincoln Tech. Now, the Pickner, 28 years old, big, strong, and mighty. He's
Mhm.
doing HVAC work, heating and cooling, fixing air condition, refrigerator in big buildings. He working for one of the number one HVAC company in New York. He does embroidery work. He could fix anything with those hands. He uses his hands to create and build. So, so every mother listening to me with similar situation, I know some mothers are embarrassed to speak about their children disability, but I'm here to tell you, do not give up on your children. Do not be ashamed of who your children are, because in Jeremiah chapter 1, the scriptures say, before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I sanctify you. I ordain you a prophet to the nations. Right? Sometimes when we have these, the children born, and you saying, why me? I do everything right, and why, and why, and why, and why, and why, and why. We don't know why. Only God know why. But despite all of that, I want to encourage you guys, do not be ashamed of your children. Sometimes those are the same children that will take care of you, because I have two children. I'm not comparing them. They have different personalities. One was born 9 pounds, 10 ounces. One was born 2.5 pounds. But there's a difference. So don't give up on your children. And in this Mother's Day, the most important thing, do not forget to take care of yourself while you're taking care of your physical this developmental delay children. I'm hearing two thing because my husband is in the other room with the prayer meetings. I'm sorry. So I'm encouraging all your mother, take care of your physical, emotional, spiritual, and social well-being. Take time to honor your journey as a mother. You are the heart that owes everything. Everything. We're the first to wake up in the morning and the last to go to bed at night. So we are the heart. Just think about your heart that pumps blood all over your body. The heart that owes everything, all of it together. And taking care of yourself is not a luxury. It's a necessity. You matter. You're doing an incredible job, and keep doing what you're doing. And just know you're not alone. There
Amen.
is help out there.
Mhm.
There's a saying in my country, closed mouth don't get fed. If you don't open your mouth and tell others, either a neighbor, a trusted friend, not everybody you could speak these things to, because some people don't mean well.
Yeah.
But a trusted friend, a neighbor, some community would guide you to a place that you need to go, because one of the physical therapists that came to our home while my child was in that situation, she's the one that recommend that he goes out with other children like himself to communicate. But I'll tell you one thing: be a child advocate. Why am I saying this? He was in special ed from pre-K through junior high. And when I see that he's improving, I act to get him out of that classroom, the special ed classroom. I want him to be in regular ed in high school, because, children adapt to their environment, even adults adapt to their environment. So I said, if I take him out of special ed and put him in regular ed, he would try, he would be forced to keep up with the regular children. And that's what he did. But in the meantime, I still have to be in the classroom guiding him, because remember, he's behind. The regular ed children are way ahead of him, right? For him to catch up, I literally had to be in that classroom. It's like I was going to school all over again. But in the end, there was 15 boys in that class, and he was the only one that graduated. The rest dropped out. So that's why I'm saying, be an advocate for your children. Sometimes we have to push,
Mhm.
right? Sometimes you have to like break down some barrier, because society judge you and judge your child. Oh, why you have to go to school with your child? Why your mother have to be here? Why not?
Wow. Amazing. Amazing. That is such
So
a great, great story. I didn't cut you. You go ahead if you have not finished. Go ahead, Rhonda.
um I'm actually finished, because I could go on and on and on.
To God be, someone said, to God be the glory, great.
But I want to yield my time to others speaker that you have
Absolutely.
left, and if there's any question, I'm open to answering.
Okay, so
I get another 5 minutes.
yes, hang in there a little bit, and if is any questions, then I would let you come back. Rosie, what you have to say? Because I did my jotting down. First of all, happy Mother's Day to you, Rhonda, who is a dedicated mother. Um,
Thank you.
Educated. And what does mother do when they have a child who have a learning disability, a physical disability? And I thank you for telling them to take care of themselves. Go ahead, Rosie. I know you have something to add.
Yeah. I mentally have them in my head as well.
Go
You
ahead.
know, she's indeed a wonderful mother based on what I heard. Um, because not many women or mothers, or supposedly should be mothers, would actually stay. You understand? Once the child is not 100%, as we would put it, what you want it to be, them gone. You understand? And for her to be there against even what the naysayers would say, because you have those persons, even very mothers as well. Why she have to be at school? Why she have to be everywhere the child is? Why? You understand? But she stood by her child, and there he is today, 28 years old, and doing very well at his job. And she identify. It is good for parents, mothers especially, to identify where your child interest lies. You have to be extremely vigilant. Mothers, parents have to be vigilant.
That's what good.
Many of us want what we want. For example, as she said, she noticed that he was good with his hands. Some parents, some of us mothers, can be very selfish because our neighbor's child is a doctor. So you want your child to be a doctor as well. that's not where his interest lies. So it's good to identify these characteristics from early and filter him or her into that direction. And
Rose,
she spoke about self-care.
yes.
Self-care is very important as well because many of us mothers, we spend out our last we wear rags sometimes just to let them get by, and sometimes you don't even get thanks. Sometimes the very kids that you spend your all on turn their backs and them gone. So self-care is also very, very important. That's what I took away from. You're a very strong woman, and happy Mother's Day when it comes.
Amen.
Thank you.
Yes, amen. And this is testament to when it says in the book of Proverbs 22:20. Proverbs 22 says, train up a child in the way that he should grow. A lot of person take this scripture out of context. And you, Rhonda, is a perfect example of you training up your son in the way that he was going. He was good at his hand. He was very creative. And this is one of the message that I've always often says. Rosie, touch on it. Not every one of our children is going to be a doctor. Not everyone is going to be a lawyer. They're not, you know what I mean? Learn your child, see what your child is good at, and train them in that way. Because look at him now, 28 years later. He is magnificent at what he does.
Definitely.
So you training him up, Rhonda, was Proverbs 22, verse 6 right there. So thank you for that. Um,
Thank you.
let me see. There's a comment. Okay, at any time, there's a question. At any time, did you ever feel discouraged? To do the child ever get any criticism from other children? Speak about that. That's a good question. Very good question. At any time, did you feel discouraged or blame yourself, self blame? What did I do? What did I eat? Where did I go? What did I smell that caused my child to come out this way? And did the child ever get bullied or criticized or laughed at in school? And how do you deal with those things as a mother? I know that was a lot, but I hope you can tie it up for me.
Yes, we're human. So at times, I did get discouraged, but I had a great support. I had a great support system, I must say. So the discouragement didn't last that long. Bullying, yes, because I mean, he's not somebody that speak. Up to now, today, he's very quiet, but he works, do a lot of work behind the scene. Very quiet child. He just works with his hand a lot. He would do anything for you. Drive, anything you want. He does everything, even my laundry.
Wow.
Um,
What a blessing.
I missed the last question.
The last you I think you answered them both. If he has ever, how do you deal with the criticism from other children?
I I what I said, it's okay when the criticism comes. It's okay to be different. You're special. You're unique. Yes, they have everything that they need. They're born healthy, but it's okay to have a disability, but your disability does not stay the same way. I'm going to focus on your ability. And that's exactly what I did.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Great answer. Well, thank you. I know you're extremely busy and we appreciate the time.
They could wait an extra 5 minutes.
Oh, she love it over here. Can I tell you? She
So
love
I'm
it
gonna
over here.
hang out with you for another 5 minutes. My husband is on that
I hope
thing
everyone gets,
Okay,
covering.
okay.
So
I hope everyone
yeah.
got a chance to share the broadcast. because it is important, right, Rosie, that mothers
Yes,
realize that they are not alone in their struggles.
exactly. I want to ask her a question. I remember earlier in your presentation, you mentioned that
Mhm.
you actually lost a child. What would you
Yes.
say to women who are trying,
In
married or unmarried, common law relationship, and have been tried, some persons even multiple times, and still have not been able to carry a child full term? What's your advice?
So when I lost the child, in my mind, I said because I was in college, I was working, I was doing so much, so I didn't have, you know. So I think I wasn't taking care of myself at the time. I didn't even know I was pregnant. I don't know if you guys could understand. I did not knew I was pregnant until I was lifting up a suitcase and then a gush of blood came down. And when
Oh,
I went to the hospital, that's when I realized they said that you had a miscarriage, you was pregnant, you had a miscarriage. Because I always had irregular period.
okay.
So I didn't know at the time that I was pregnant until I
Went to the
was
hospital.
moving and I went and lift up a suitcase that was very heavy and my stomach started to cramp. And by the time I get to the bathroom, is this big clot came down. And I called my friend who was a nurse at the time. I didn't flush the toilet. I called her and she said, that looked like a baby.
Oh,
um,
wow.
she came over, she took her glove, she took it out, she drove me to the hospital right away. They do sonogram, whatever, and then the next day, then they said, you miscarried, and they do a DNC and say, oh, you're young. I was 25 at the time. I said, oh, you're young. The doctor said, you're young, you're gonna have another
Okay.
baby. But for
Okay,
the
I
parents
understand.
with the
What advice do you have to give any mother who, they're unsuccessful in conceiving? Do you have any advice?
God's timing is the best timing.
Okay.
I do not know why you're not at the time because remember Sarah was old,
Mm-hmm. Yes.
right? So
Right.
I don't know the correct time for anyone to get pregnant if they're supposed to get pregnant. I will know that that's God timing. So we have to trust God. When things happen,
Crying. I would
don't
say
question don't
right.
question God
Yeah.
because we don't know why not yet or why never because some people are not mothers that give birth but they care for other children, other people's children like their own. I have a sister that had 6 miscarriages because in her like 8, 9 month her blood pressure would go sky high and she would lose the baby. And I saw the devastation. She doesn't have any children up to date. She's older now, so I don't think that she could have any.
Mm-hmm.
However, my younger son, she during the time with the struggle with the because my kids are 2 years apart. So she took the younger one with her. She was living in Barbados at the time. And he went to school in Barbados and do everything until I actually get back on my feet because it was a real struggle for me because my the older one was a premature child, so he needed a special care. So she stepped up, right? Because she doesn't have
Okay.
any children. She had multiple miscarriage. I was there with her on those journey, and I see how devastated it was. Like one of the baby Baby was dead and she wanted to take the baby home. So psychologically, it's not good for anyone that lose a child. I could tell you that.
Yes.
And that's where that's what I was actually asking, because you say you lost one. But I'm happy that you use the experience of your sister, because a lot of people, especially women, are trying and nothing happening. Yes, God's timing is a factor, but sometimes Auntie Donna, I don't know if I'm correct, but sometimes compatibility is another episode. Let me tell you something. You see, especially you're in the church, because you know how church operates,
Mm-hmm.
and you get married, and you're stuck with this person basically. You understand me? Because you're trying to go the godly way, and it's just not happening. Maybe it's not God's will for you.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
sometimes you're not compatible with the person either. Because I
correct.
know of a couple that they were together trying to conceive, and it just not working out. And they separated, and she went to somebody else and she got pregnant. So you
God,
understand me? It takes in a lot of factors.
yeah. Yeah, that's God timing. Yeah. All right. So is that it? Rhonda, do you have anything to add? I want to give somebody else a chance to come in. There is a great comment on Facebook. Janet Braham says, I applaud you for your great job for your child. I know a lady gave up her child because of some of the reasons, and her excuse is she couldn't be bothered. I took my hat off to you. Job well done. And
I
that's
must agree.
a wonderful way to
Thank you.
happy Mother's Day to you, Rhonda.
Yeah, and I mean, I know of there's a couple in my church was having infertility problem. I'll ask them to come on your show to talk about it
Okay.
for you. And these are young people,
All right. Yeah.
This is a young couple,
All right. Go on.
and they were trying, they were trying, they were trying, they were trying. We prayed and prayed and prayed and prayed, and when they eventually they they got pregnant.
Wow.
It was a joyous, emotional story when they did the reveal in church. And they have a beautiful baby boy. He's now 6 years old. So sometimes it's not the woman, sometimes it's not the man.
To God,
It's
God,
a little bit, it's a little bit of both. It's the time when the egg need the sperm and connect.
Yes, yes, it's a complex
And
situation.
sometimes I heard people say it goes with the moon. I heard all sort of story.
right.
When is the best time? And but like I said,
Find
God's timing.
Don't get up right away. Put a pillow underneath you. Put up your foot on the bed head.
If you want a boy, you do this. If you want a girl, you do that.
You
Oh
turn
my
right
God, the
or you turn
myths.
left.
Yes, yes, indeed. Well, Rhonda, thank you. I want to see if I can get a few more mothers in on tonight.
Okay, thank you so much for having me.
All
Absolute
right, Miss Rhonda. God bless you.
Good night. God bless.
pleasure. God bless you. Before while Rhonda is exiting, I'm calling for these kind of a mother. Adoptive mothers. If you are on the broadcast and you are an adoptive mother, meaning you could not have child or you taking children, give us a call and share that journey of being an adoptive mother. Foster mothers as well, maybe the same thing. No, I mean, you take care of children, them go about them business. Teenage mom, if you were a teenage mom and you want to call in and and talk about your journey, we would love to hear your story. I want to
Definitely.
run that. I'm going to turn it over to Rosie right here.
Boy, I tell you, tonight is going to be a wonderful night. I feel it. I feel it in my bones. And you know, these people wait until last minute and they want to call in.
I know, Rosie, and then we want to sleep and all of them something there.
Yeah. But yes, we would like to hear from, different age group mothers, prospective mothers, those who have gone through the journey before. Well, I can speak about my journey. I'm the mother of two daughters. Um, it was quite challenging. As Rhonda would have mentioned, every child is different. She has two as well, and they are different. So you can't even really compare them. You understand? They have their own personality. My first daughter, she's very much hearing me, and I don't really care. She's the trouble one. Yeah, she gave a lot of trouble when she was younger, but now that she's actually pregnant now,
Oh,
and so
fun.
yes, she understanding what it the responsibilities, of being a mother, what it should be, and the baby is not here as yet. So I say things to her like, when the baby comes, you will have to put your baby before you. So if you think of buying a wig, or you understand, you better think about buying the diapers for your baby. You have to weigh the options, which is more important. So I don't understand, for example, a lot of women, you see, mothers would want to go to a party and buy the most expensive outfit and to fit themselves for one night, yet your child is hungry, yet your child don't have a school book, yet your child don't have a shoes or a uniform. You understand me? I think that good mothers, because you have mothers and you have mothers, and you have mother,
Yeah, Mama.
and you have mama. Yeah, and that's just the reality.
All of the names are behind me. Yes, the word, other words that you call mothers. Yes, so
Yeah,
different
you
kind.
know, so for me personally, the journey was very rough. Being, I could basically say a single mother back then. Um,
Mothers, we want to hear single mother story as well.
hmm?
Yeah, I was saying that single mothers, if you want to call in or chime in and take part,
Yeah.
do so.
When you have to work, they're going to school, and it's just you and them, you have to be juggling in and out. I remember days when I have to be driving from by my workplace, which is a couple miles. Well, them catch me, you see, if they ever catch me. But I had to do what I had to do, you understand, to make it work, because you can't really leave them up to, you know, persons to take care of them. Not everybody mean you well, even very family members at times.
Yep.
It is sad to say, but it's just the truth. And I did the best that I could to see that, they passed the worst, and which they have basically passed the worst. My youngest daughter, she's going to graduate come next month from high school, and I'm truly grateful to God. I didn't get any teenage pregnancy to be an early grandma. My daughter, who's
Right.
pregnant, she's 25.
Mm.
So I just give God thanks for, being the strong woman that I am, the sacrifices that I've made. And I hope that they, in turn, when they become a mother, they will make those sacrifices as well for their kids.
Right. Awesome, awesome. And I just want to speak, I could speak on the journey of my motherhood, but I'm just being led to speak on those mothers who took me in when my mother couldn't do the mothering, you know. Um and some of us are will be would go through this in life. I remember when we were living at Unity Lane. This is off Maxfield Avenue in Kingston. So I'm from Maxfield, and it was hard. My mother was a single mother with one, two, three, about four of us at the time, and living in a one room in a tenement yard, a one room and a little one at the front part, and it was hard. And I just want to big up to those mothers who take children under their wings, may not be fully sheltered, but take them under their wings. And I had grown my entire life, it seems, that I have that kind of a person is mothering me up until now. Up to last week, I hear somebody in a church saying, "You're my daughter." And I was shocked when I said, "What? Me,
Yeah.
because I want good. She looked like a one good person to be a mother too, you know. And so we have different kind of mothers, uh, and for me, if you ask about the challenge or the regrets that I would have right now, Rosie, it would be that none of them are alive.
Wow.
Yeah, none of these mothers that I would want to spoil are alive. Not one single one of them.
That's sad.
God,
to,
it's
sh- to
sad.
let them see your gratitude, you know?
Let them see. Good afternoon to you, Dr. Evangelist Dr. Tanisha Shaw. She's on the broadcast, and
Hmm.
she's like me. I think Minister Shaw is like me because she gets so much mother, and it's great when persons can see you and want to take you as a daughter, right? And I see the same thing sort of follow me now, Rosie, where I have so many daughters, right? And so there's different levels to this motherhood sort of thing, and it's amazing to have that experience. But my only regret is that none of these mothers are around to say, "Boy, me did glad me did help you, Donna. Me did glad," you know what I mean? But
Hmm.
God know best, and we will leave it like that. So I just want to
Yeah.
pay attention to them.
I want to big up the church mothers, can I tell you? The
Good,
real church mothers.
there you go.
Because I tell people that, in Christendom now is not necessarily what it was back then. You understand? And why I say that? I remember when I was actually a young Christian going to church, those church mothers would really take you under them wings. Yes, you have the bad ones, yes,
Yeah,
but we're not going to
not tonight.
deliberate,
Not tonight.
elaborate. Yeah, yeah, not tonight. But the good ones, they
Yeah.
really take you and they are very gentle with you because they know that you will fall. They know, but at the same time, they are very patient
Yes.
with you.
Right.
You understand? And not judgmental. Very, very patient. And I really want to big up the good church mothers.
My second mother would have been, she was into the church. My biological mother was never into the church, right? But I would come to know her as my second mother because no matter what was happening in my home, Rosie, I have her house to run to. And I thank God every day that I could have run to her house and not to a man house or into another toxic house. And my life would have been totally different, right?
Yeah.
So she was a church mother, and I was with her all of my life. She was the one that paid for my CXC. I would go to her house every weekend, Rosie, every weekend to wash, cook. And no, she would have do the cooking, but I would have to help, but wash because she worked. So I would go and clean and wash the house, do the curtains, pretty up the house for her, and
Mhm.
I would get my pocket money. That is how I spend my entire high school, being a help on a weekend of sort and money to go to school because my mother could not afford it. And she was the one that paid for my CXC and so forth. And I remember after, I made her proud, I finished high school and didn't get pregnant because you know that they, well, if people say you're going to breed, right? You're going to
Yeah,
breed.
that was a big thing, especially back in the day. Oh my God.
Big thing. You gotta breathe and have all of this. And I was afraid to breathe. I did not want nothing come through my nose either. Because I saw me walk tense, because me no want breathe, Rosie. You understand?
Yeah, yeah, I totally understand.
Yeah, man.
But and that's one of the reasons why I would love to hear from a pregnant teen. I
Yes.
remember I was at the station one day and this young man committed a traffic violation. So I had his papers. So he's supposed to come to me at the station. Anyhow, he came with his mother. I thought it was his sister. And He's a very jovial young man, very nice, very respectful. Because this is me, I will give you a chance if I see that you're very respectful and so on. Because once you commit the offense, it's either I'm going to deal with you by the law or I'm going to give you a chance. So I said, officer, I'm a mother, did to know. I mean, literally, the girl, the lady, looked like his sister. So she said to me, officer, I had him when I was 13. Can you imagine 13-year-old having a baby? And I said, my God, 13? She said, yes, yes. I had my child, my son. This is my son. I couldn't bother give him the ticket. I tell you the truth. No, I looked at it because I'm saying 13-year-old is a delicate age.
Absolutely.
You understand? And then I'm wondering, I didn't get into depth with the questions as if to say, well, was her mother alive? Did her mother allow this? Because you and I know what some mothers would have done.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
understand what I'm saying? So are you that kind of mother, or you support your child based on whatever comes? Because this is like a whatever comes, because the child is pregnant, 13 years old, police is going to get involved. Do you stand by your child, or would you have the child do an abortion to get rid of it? And that's the reality. And when she stood there, she's so proud of her son, 13 years older than her son.
Wow. And that's
Yep.
something. Isn't that something? I'm
Yeah.
trying to inveigle a teenage mom to call the broadcast. And you can, if you want to join the link, I did send the link out to a lot of person, and I'm hoping that they would or the number go 56, or the number for the broadcast go.
Oh, Jesus.
I just have a brain freeze right there, so I soon come. 718-569-6622. Let's see if somebody will call. Oh, all right. Good afternoon and welcome. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
I am doing pretty good. How are you?
Amen. I'm good. I'm good. How are you? Well, we answer that. So, so tonight broadcast, we're talking about mothers, and we want to hear about motherhood from different perspective, and the journey of becoming a mother and the journey of raising a child. Earlier on, we heard from a sister who the journey to motherhood and the challenge after her child was born at 2 pounds, 2.5 pounds, and so she shared that story. So I'm asking, would you be able to share your story with the community here?
For sure. I'll do a brief
All right, so we have 10
um
minutes, so you can
share.
go ahead and deal with it in 10 minutes. All right, so go
Okay.
ahead,
All
share your
right.
story, the age you got pregnant, and what was it like for you?
At that age, I
Start with your age. You don't have to, yeah. What age did
well,
you
at
get
that age
pregnant?
at 14,
14.
I there's nothing to think of it because I'm still a teenager trying to discover and try to live my happy life. At a teenage age, young and all over the place, getting pregnant. Couldn't say I was excited. Couldn't say I was, that thrilled about it because our mother was extremely upset. Of course, you know, she upset to the fact that, she cried about things.
Did you get a beating?
Um, I did get a beating, but not from my mother.
Who
Got
beat
a
you?
beating from my sister.
Who beat you?
Her sister.
Well, Khalid.
I first me I hear that.
Oh yeah, yeah. So yeah, so we couldn't at that age. It was kind of rough, but of course, Mama was there to help out a lot. teach me the ropes and the ways how to care for a child.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and as growing, as time goes by, you get to understand and get to grasp it by yourself. At one point, I was on my own with my child.
What age was he?
Um, well, when I was 15, 16, I was living with my grandmother. So at that time, I have to do everything on my own. I have to cook, wash, except for fend for him and I. Um, I was well taken care of by my father, and my mother always make sure I'm not in need of anything. And of course, my sister would chip in here and there. So couldn't say I was living a hard life, but with a teenage age with a child, you want to go to the party, you want to go hang out with your,
Yeah.
but I have that responsibility that I have to stay home. My
Okay.
duties were staying home at that time.
Wow. All right. Any question for her, Rosie, before?
Yeah. So how old is that child now?
Well, my son is 35.
Wow. And looking back, do you really feel proud of yourself knowing that you didn't get rid of it? You stood your ground and your mother stood by you. You got that support. How you feeling now?
Extremely proud. He becomes such a wonderful young man. Um, I don't think I would trade it for the world.
Oh my goodness. Oh, I feel like it about.
So, and talk about him growing up with his challenges, like learning. Speak about that, Velina, because someone said it earlier on about the challenges learning. Because I know the story, so I know to where he is now. Speak about that.
Well, when he was growing up, we didn't know that he have a learning disability until, a teacher pointed out to us that he have a learning disability. Um, it's not that he can't understand, he will understand, but he understand at a slow pace. And he had to be into a special class to get the time that he needs. Sometimes he has to be with one-on-one teachers to get the time that he needs. Looking back then, I had a lot of work to do then because I have to stay up at night with him and the books. Sometimes it was frustrated for me because I did not understand even at that age. For me, I didn't understand what was going on. And looking at him now and what he accomplished, it makes me extra proud. And I didn't give up. I thank God I did not give up that time. And I thank God I stick with it, all that, because of course, most of us Jamaican, we don't like for talk say we're picking it, you know, have a learning disability, but as time goes by, that child will overcome that disability. Yes, he can read and write. Yes, and he understand. Yes, he comprehend. He went to college. Yes, he have his own business. He still does his 9 to 5. Thank God I did not give up on him. I stick with him through all that. Didn't throw him under the bus.
And good, it's good that she mentioned that she has a great community support too. That is important as a teenage mom, the community support, whether it's from family or extended family. So yeah. Any other question you want to ask her, Rosie, before she goes?
No, she did herself. Just basically said everything.
Thank you, my love, for calling and sharing. Me, this is my biggest dolly. You should have tell me happy Mother's Day. Me, I the whole of them mother, and
Oh,
grandma.
sorry, mom. Okay, mom.
I did it.
Okay, Mama.
Yes, I'm here, them mother and grandmother, all of them something there. Yes, baby, me know. You don't know the things
Yes,
there.
I was her biggest dolly. Did she tell you that she burned me up with the perm just to part? What did you call it back then?
Jerry
Skateboard
curl.
or
Yeah, yeah. This is my experiment child here.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes. Thank you, V. God bless
And
you.
happy Mother's Day when it comes.
Mother's Day.
all
Thanks
right?
for sharing. Yes.
Wow. That just sitting and listening to these stories. Listen, kids are not gonna be little forever. Yes, the pregnancy comes, but the kids grow. You are growing as well.
Someone else is calling, darling.
Yes.
Good afternoon and welcome.
Happy Mother's Day to my nice, too beautiful auntie. How are
Oh,
you?
Miss Bertie.
Make gooder, make gooder. Happy Mother's Day
Well,
to you.
now I'm good, my auntie. Well, listen to me. I am a mother of four,
Yeah.
and a grandmother and a great grand, and I have get my first child. I get pregnant when I was 17, about at 18. Now she's 40. The next one 36. The next one 20. The next one 18. So me that go and good.
You did a go on good. Yeah.
Real good.
You
Real
never did a
good.
wait.
Just wrap it up. Yes. So how do you feel, Rebecca,
And
knowing that you have reached to this age?
Rosie's
You
asking you a
never
question.
finish.
Rebecca, Rosie's asking you a question. Just a second and listen to the question. Go ahead, Rose.
Yes. Yes. How do you feel now, you at your age and looking at your daughter, 40 years old? What you say to yourself?
Me I say, oh my God, look for my daughter, 40-year-old. Me proud of my kidney them. Me proud of my kids them. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And you said time flies, don't?
She and them grow as sisters. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
that comes into the thing where I said, are you a mother, or are you a friend mother, or are you a sibling mother? Because this is how it is. You
Well,
are
all right now. With my daughter them no. Me and them are mother daughter because some mother them and them kids are mother daughter friend. No, me and them are mother. I'm talk to them. I'm show them everything. Me not hide
nice,
nothing from them.
beautiful.
I'm say, friend, now I go tell you me, I go tell you my daughter, but me I tell you everything, me can't hide it. Because the end of the good day, everybody I go say your mother should have told you so.
So
So
true.
me I give it to you.
Mm.
I me deal with them nice man. Now one headache me have another boy.
Oh,
I
wow.
mean, yes,
Always have one headache.
One headache. We always have one headache,
yeah,
right?
oh God, I me think of me alone. Even
No.
me always have one headache. Yeah man. Yeah man. Cause sit there for my birthday. The one like 36 years old, a 75-inch TV show I have for my birthday.
Wow, 75-inch teeth. Whoa, the wall
75.
pull up.
I'm going to go buy the bracket today. That's why I'm just a come in.
So when are your birthday?
Remember, it's my birthday gone from last month, you know.
So me didn't know.
Me no know. I think you did it at Jamaica, you know.
Happy birthday.
You did it at Jamaica.
Come in, remember say happy birthday to you. Happy birthday,
You
man.
did it at Jamaica.
I lie, at the 20, don't it?
Yes,
Ah,
yes.
true. Yes, I remember. Okay.
That's my mom's birthday as well.
I mean, because this and then again, auntie, let me tell you see these kids now, them grow up in a them kind of thing, and now you can't deal with them like your friends are them. I will make you know straight to you, my mom, and those are my friends.
Wonderful.
Yes.
They know the difference.
Yes, you must know the difference. Me are your mother and she are your friend. Yeah, I
Awesome.
just tell the auntie and Rosey, when me I go, my mother no hide nothing from me, My mother tell me everything,
That's great.
My mother even go to the depth and tell me, say, listen, my daughter, no woman just have a first baby cannot have a hope. Remember how you call the area Jamaica like if the baby for born, say the 6th of this month and the baby born 2 weeks after. My mother said no woman will have a first baby cannot have a overdue baby. Cannot have over. Not my mother no hide from me. She said
I
sometimes
didn't know that.
happen to the mothers them when they're pregnant and then give the doctor wrong date because they could have more than one or two boyfriend.
Oh, what a mix up in the night, yeah. Cause we never
Yes,
know them
ma'am.
something
My
there.
mother no have nothing from me. Me cook sleep as if you're not lie. My mother I tell her true.
I didn't know that, to be
Know
honest.
that. No,
Yes, she said no, they cannot. Once to them first child, they cannot have an overdue baby. No, I'm gonna say okay. She said if you have a baby, even one already, yes, you can have an overdue baby. But the one that gonna be the first mother, no, 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 no.
and
Yeah,
that's
my
why the
mother not hide
burning thing,
nothing from my
Rosia,
man.
that's why the DNA and the jacket and the waistcoat thing was
Yes,
prevalent. Lord
Yes.
yes,
mercy. Well, thank you, Rebecca, for sharing. God bless
yes,
you.
my auntie. Big up
Thank
yourself,
you.
yeah, my
Yes.
auntie Rosie.
Amen. I didn't know that.
No, neither me. And as she mentioned that parents should tell their kids things. Start back in the day, mother used to tell kids that our baby come from airplane and those stupidness. Line hot.
May I tell you? Welcome to the hotline. Let's
Airplane
talk.
and those stupidness.
You got to turn your thing down, girl.
Like, I tell you.
You got to turn your phone down. Hello?
Night, thank you, guys. Good night, Rosie.
Good night.
Good
Good
night.
night.
Everyone. Good night. Blessings to you all
Thank
and
you.
happy
Happy Mother's Day when it comes.
to you and to everyone.
Thank you, Auntie Joy.
Yes, yes. I mean, like it was very difficult because then I didn't want anybody. Yes, I was a girl. Yes, look nice, and I just love like society people. Yes,
Can you is she
because
breaking up for
yes,
you? You hearing her, Rosie, or
Yeah, I hear bits and pieces breaking up.
turn off your device and call me back, Sister Joy. You're breaking up. Yeah, hang up and then call me back. Yes, she's breaking up. Yeah. All right, because we want to get her story. Yes, good afternoon.
it's better now.
Yes, go ahead.
Yes, because I was going to hairdressing school, and you know when you're going to hairdressing school, you look very nice. You know anybody with attention to you. And the first when I have my first child, it was for a teacher. And
Your
I have
first
the
child
second
is
one,
hold on. You gotta slow down with us. Your first child is for what?
a teacher.
A teacher.
And
So you got pregnant. A teacher got you pregnant in school?
no, out of school.
What age were you?
Yes, I was 21.
Okay, got you. So you were 21 with your first child. Okay, go ahead.
Yes.
How was that as a new mom?
It was very challenging because I didn't want my mom. I did have a boyfriend first, and then we went to a wedding, and then we still in love, right? My and we hear off, and then I got pregnant first. He didn't want to have responsibility. I have that child, and it was very changing. My mom to help make up things
I don't know what's
to
going on with your phone, Sister Joy, because it's breaking up. We're not getting a full story. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, so I don't want to.
you're hearing me now?
We
You
hear it, but
hearing me better
something
now?
no, it's chipping in and out. So it's not doing the broadcast any justice. So maybe you could hang up and give it a little bit and then call us back. Get close out
Okay.
everything that is on your phone or use another phone and call us back. Right. Yeah, yeah, Rosie, because it's remember guys, when you're sharing your story, we want to be able to follow your story. We're
The
focusing
community.
yeah,
And the community wants to hear.
want to be able the community. When I say we, I want us here, the host and the community, to follow your story. So tell it to us in a way in which we can all follow the story. So the last story was the teenage mom, which was my sister. And I want to thank you, Vilena, for sharing your story. I remember when I'm the oldest girl, right? And I was living in Kingston at the time, and I've always been taking care of my family. So my baby sister now, we're saying, okay, you're gonna come out, you're in high school. I was the one that was getting her uniform, sending her to school, Rosie.
Mhm.
And I remember exactly where I was when she come and tell me say she a breed. You know, me stand up in the yard, I wash some clothes down a Penrith Road where me used to live. And she come and she said, Donna, me have something to tell you. Me say, what you have to tell me now? Me say, what happened? She says, what happened to me? Me say, what happened to you? She said, me pregnant. No, me are the big one and me not pregnant. Oh, you for be the little one and you pregnant. Right?
Mhm.
Me just look on her and say, so what you not gonna do? That's
Oh, Jesus.
I, I'm a young girl myself, right? So what are you gonna do? And I said, whatever you guys decide to do, that's fine with me, right? And of course, she went back home, and she have the baby. And let me tell you something. I'm so happy. And if any mother is out there contemplating, what you call it, the abortion, if you're pregnant with a child, just know that you may be carrying your destiny, your
Destiny.
destiny.
Definitely.
I want to encourage you, mothers, that it may look hard right now, but greatness is ahead of this purpose that you're carrying. You may not be carrying, but you may be raising a child. We want to encourage you that greatness is ahead,
And
because
I totally agree.
you know what I mean? And we notice how he learned. He was good with his hand. These autistic, growing, mentally challenged sort of a way children, they're always great with their hands. And he turned out absolutely, he was such a great little boy. Him never give me no trouble until recently. Him give me trouble. All right, so she keep hanging up, So that's the story I got to share. So go ahead, Rosie. Good night, Sister Denise McCarthy.
Yeah, I'm happy that you mentioned that a while ago because let me tell you something. There are a lot of mothers, whether young or old, um,
Oh, hotline. Good night. Hello.
Yes, Auntie Donna, hearing me clear now?
We can hear you, but I think it's your phone line. It's chipping in. It's chipping in and out, Sister Joy.
You're not hearing me properly.
I'm hearing you, but it's chipping in and out. Like when you speak, not all, we're not hearing everything. Go ahead anyway. Let me see if it is a little better now. Go ahead with your story. So let me see if I remember where you stopped. You said you were in school. You got pregnant by a teacher at the age of 21. And what happened from then?
Yes, he wasn't taking full responsibility. And I can say love is blind and love is foolish because I get pregnant or immigrant. I went to stuff and things happened which I didn't want it, and I get pregnant with the twins. At this time now, I try to do. I not drinking anything, but run and drop myself down, slide around like slide. Tell my little daughter that the one that's born first to jump up in my back, jump in my belly, and stuff like that. It, it didn't work, and I have the twin. When the twin born, they
All of them are the same
nobody.
father? All of them are the same father?
Yes, all three.
Okay, great.
And the twin on one way 2.5 and one way 3 pounds. And Tidana, anywhere I usually go, they were looking like an Indian. Very pretty, but they are not an Indian. I usually brush their hair, and sometimes I have to have company to take me. They have to go to a prenatal clinic where when the nurse came, it was a midwife. My mom was there, and she was the one who delivered me with that midwife, not any nurse. So when the nurse heard about it, she was so upset. And she still come and said, I must, the baby are so small, they're not going to incubator. They to the bottle, note and put it like incubator, wrap it in a towel, put it in the middle at the end, at both ends, and you put two in the middle and wrap it in towel for incubator. The heat can penetrate through their body. You wouldn't like to see my twin now, Aunty Donna. I think you meet them. And when they were going to school, it was very difficult. My brother were in Canada, and he helped me with stuff still. But the father was doing the role. I remember one time, my cousin said to me, "Don't bring him up." I did, but I was so nervous. I was so nervous. I went, but I let him get the case, and he write me a check. You know what he do with the check? Give me a bounce check. I take the check to the bank, and my cousin was working at the bank. I was so excited to come and get the money. And I have a sister, usually live here, but she passed. And my sister have to send back money. But I have to
So, Sister Joy, we want to keep it to the mother. So, we want to keep it on topic. So speak about your children, not not that portion, so the community can understand. Do you have a fan in your room? Do you have a fan in your room?
Yes.
Is a fan that is causing you're sitting by a fan?
The fan not.
Okay.
No, I'm telling you the way I was treated. I wasn't treated good.
Oh, so when you were pregnant, when you have your children, you were not treated well. Okay.
Yes. And now I am so proud of my daughter. That's the one I was slide and drop.
The one that you wanted to abort.
Yes, not abort, just slide and drop. And she is the one who takes me to America.
Bless God that the abortion did not work.
God blocked it.
God blocked it.
It was abortion. It was trying to drop.
So you tried. So when you said no, so when you're trying to drop, weren't you trying to kill the baby?
Aunty Donna, I don't know.
I think you know.
I wasn't trying to drink anything.
No, but you say when you drop you because the man didn't give you the problem, you never want them at first, right?
No, because I was going to school, doing hairdressing and
Got
stuff.
you, Auntie Joy,
Yes,
got you.
yes.
So you spoke
Yes,
from the challenges. So those were the challenges that you have as a mother. But
I'm so proud now of my daughters.
Bless
I'm
God.
so proud. And then I have Fenil come after that. My son. I get my son after that. And each one that loses his son.
Okay.
So he wasn't a talent child. He was okay. His father was
so he's a different father, right?
Yes.
Okay, got you. Okay.
So, in spite of everything, as you do things sometimes and then at the end you come out, you feel so happy and you feel so joyful.
Amen.
I'm here reaping from a daughter's soft.
Bless God. Bless God.
Reaping.
All right.
And, sometimes stress lets you do things which
Right.
but with God in the vessel,
amen.
We can smile at the
start.
And I'm smiling now.
Amen. To God be the glory.
And I'm
We're happy for you too. So God bless you, Sister Joy. And thank you for sharing your story. Thank you very much, Sister Joy.
And happy Mother's Day when it comes.
Day.
Same to you all. Too.
Absolutely.
All right.
Yes. Yeah. The different angles, right, Rosey?
Yes, it is. And trust me, I can identify with what she's saying
Yeah.
in terms of, when you find out that you're pregnant and you don't have that support from the sperm donor,
Yeah.
and then it's you alone and you wonder how you're going to get through this. And that is why a lot of women find themselves in the position where they want to commit an abortion, or try some other method
Yeah.
of getting rid of the child. But
That.
sometimes, as I always tell my daughter, you may never know that child can be your destiny child. You
Amen.
may never know. I remember when I got pregnant, I freshly graduated from training school. No, I'm not supposed to get pregnant within my probationary period.
Right.
And I'm saying this to somebody out there who, you might be in situations where you're not supposed to, but it happened. What you going to do? You
Mm.
understand? So it was a situation where I'm not supposed to get pregnant during that period of time. I got pregnant.
Mhm.
So, the whole of my squad, them now, Lord have mercy, what going to happen? I'm going to dismiss you. But God's purpose can't stop. And yes, they had extended my probationary period, but I'm still here. My daughter is 25 today.
Look at God.
Yeah. I'm not going to make because of man-made rules. I'm gonna find myself in such a position where I'm gonna do abortion. No,
No. Right.
you
Right.
understand me? She's all of 25 today.
Oh,
Yeah.
bless God. I know you soon turn granny.
And soon be grandma. Can I tell you?
That's awesome.
Yeah, but the truth is, a lot of women find themselves in situations where they get pregnant and not in the most favorable of situations, and so the emotional state is not there, and so these things are being contemplated, and I can't blame them either from contemplating it, because who feels it knows it. You
Yeah.
understand? I'm not going to be judgmental to say, oh, they shouldn't think like that, oh, they shouldn't do that. Who feels it knows it. And I always tell people that if your foot is not in the shoe, shut your mouth.
That it's that simple. It is that simple. And I agree with you. I totally agree with you. But there is a story that is happening out of Jamaica in particularly about the birth rate is declining for
Yeah.
Jamaica. There is going to be a crisis in Jamaica. I said this more than 2 years ago, because when I went to a school and the schools were closing because the attendance and there wasn't any children in the school, the teachers said the mothers are not having children. Why aren't we and being supportive to children mothers having children, Rosie? I know
Um,
they talk about, oh, them can't mind, so them not for open up them foot. We need to stop it.
well, listen, I personally, this is my personal belief, that if you really can't take care of them, me not really think you need to have them to let them suffer. That's my personal belief. However, on the other hand, the country is suffering, because remember, back in the day, people used birth control wasn't so prevalent, and so people used to get pregnant just as you breathe, breathe on them.
I know, as you look
As
on the pants, as you look on
you look on the front, right?
somebody
But
told me, as she
I think
look
that,
and as you
yeah,
look on the pants, me get pregnant.
yeah, that was time before, because you didn't have birth control wasn't that prevalent. Now people wiser, people thinking career, people thinking two is better than too many. You understand? Nobody know. Listen, these women nowadays, they will eat the pill, take the injection, insert whatever to insert, because they just want to have fun. They don't want nobody tie them down, because they see kids as tied up.
Wow.
So people's mental space is kind of different than before. You understand me? You're thinking about getting a degree. You don't want no child. No,
We in the island of Jamaica, I think that we're just going to be the evolutionary of a generation where you remember it started out with the Arawaks. The Arawaks was no more, and then the Spanish no more, then the slaves and the was no more, and so that is what is happening. We Jamaica now is a different nation. Look how many nations have take up
but
residence.
it's not Jamaica alone. Even China, I heard them say the very same thing. The decline in child.
So they're going to Jamaica and having all of them picnic.
Well, I'm not really sure. But as I said, people tend to wise up. Gone are the days when a woman will sit down and have 14 kids. Which mother now doing that? None.
But didn't they those 14 kids used to be okay though, Rosie? In all honesty.
Yes, I'm not saying they weren't okay, but I am saying that women nowadays are different.
Yeah.
They
Wow.
think wiser. Those women back in those days that had 14, 15, 16 kids, and maybe even with one man. You understand me? They were just a stay-home mom. These days, everybody is thinking career, they're thinking entertainment, their mind space is different. So no woman I not going to sit down, let no man give me no 14 kids, not even four.
I hear you.
No, I'm serious. You could be
And
husband level more.
hey,
It's my body.
10 kids? Stush, you have 10 kids? Bless your heart. Or a joke, yeah, joke. Half of you and half of him. It got to be. Do the markup, make up the stush.
Addiction.
Do the math.
Yeah, but I'm not saying you don't have it, but very rare you're gonna see a woman sit down and say she'll go have not even five. Good. Well, you might find five, but the average woman don't want no more than two or one.
As weird as it is, I applaud Rihanna for
Oh
me.
my God.
And I know you're gonna say she can afford it, so she can push them out. I know that's what you. But she was joking. Okay, yeah, I just applaud Rihanna does for making pregnancy so welcoming and okay to women and embracing motherhood. I want to see that for many more women. I really do.
Yes, I want to see for many more women who can afford it. Let me tell you something. When I look at a Rihanna, there's no comparison. You know what she did? Right now, she's not even singing any songs because her royalties and everything is paying her, right? She went out there, she did what she had to do in the music industry, and she did excellent. Now it's time to settle down with and I'm happy that she have them for one man as well. You know, I
That
mean, things happen
yeah,
that you have them for multiple men,
yeah,
but she reached a stage where she can afford to, and she has a man who she respects, and he respects and loves her.
understand.
So when you have that kind of home, of course you have your money. But what's the sense you gonna have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 kids and everybody dying for hunger? I don't believe in that.
I understand that reasoning and I agree with you. Um, Welcome Rose out of St. Martin's. Rose said, "Oh, my sister, your daughter Shanae have two daughters for me, so I have two more grand picnic. You see, me tell you, them something I reach me, Rosie,
Yeah.
they reach me, and to say Rihanna can afford it. And there's other nationality, the Jewish persons, the Jewish community, them have them children. They're not letting their race die. There comes a point when we have to think about our race, our history, and our future, because you have some nationality not doing that.
All
They,
right. All right. Let me put this question to you. Like, I know you're on social media on the space. No, nothing can be annoying to me. Like, see a mother come out. I'm not saying if you need help not to ask for it, but it has like become the norm these days. You You get yourself pregnant multiple times, and then you're calling on government. It's not the government get you pregnant. You understand what I'm saying? You have to take some responsibility for your actions. And
Rosie,
that's all I'm saying.
Rosie, you're talking
Mhm.
about those in Jamaica?
Anywhere for that matter. But
Government here takes care of the children. The government here in the United States, there is a WIC, there is Section 8, there is Phelps. The government here takes care of the children. The government in Canada takes care of the children. So they keep the Americans here are having the kids. They have them one, two, three, four behind. You remember it was a time when you get with the tax return, and so the government should help take care
no,
of.
I'm not saying they should not help.
Yeah.
But how some of them bring it across as if it's an entitlement. And you are the one that went out there, do what you're supposed to do. And then the fathers them gone. You're looking at everybody else too. I don't really like it, to be honest. I'm not saying
And
that
that,
if you
I
need
understand
help,
it. I totally understand it because I'm not telling a lie, when me going at the supermarket and my cat empty. And when me look upon some people and them have the whole heap of picnic and for them cat full. Me say, but a two, I mean, nose, and when them whip out them card, me say, boy, me could have take one of them cat there, I could take one of those cards. You know what
you
I mean?
see,
It so I understand, but for me, it is more than just that. For me, it's the preservation of our race.
you understand where you're going. I
That,
understand.
that is how I look at it. I understand it. It's a preservation. And since summer we now have no picnic, make who want have the picnic have it, and we help them to take care of it. Period. That is just my mindset, right? Because our race is really and truly dying, 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 dying.
Yeah,
Call them man to come at night. I tell you, my community, you see them. Yes. Oh God. Janet is saying they have one every year and don't care, and people don't help anymore. I understand both sides of it. I totally understand and the feeling of it, because when I see persons getting help, I mean, I've been living in this country for so long, and persons are getting help up to, I'm in real estate. People are getting free rent up to 2,500, $3,000 free every month for rent, and them have them job. I'm in real estate, Rosie, I can tell you.
what?
Hey, and when you look on for them nails, see them a sitting here, me I rock them
An
from.
ego.
When you look on for them nails and them ears, and me I say, them ear, and me I say, boy, that $2,500 could have do well for me mortgage. But they're getting it free. Sometimes you wonder, I wonder. There's nothing I
Yeah,
can do because them have the picnic them just for that,
that's true.
you know. So
That's
listen,
true.
again,
You're right.
we have another 25 minutes to go. Don't wait for the last minute to call in. We want to give you a chance to call in and enough time to be on the phone. The telephone numbers are running at the bottom of your screen. Straight to the studio is 718-569-6622. If you want to do it, Auntie Ruthin is here. Sister Beverly King McKinley is out here as well. Um, yes. Rosie, your time.
What's your, what's your best moment as a mom that you can remember?
When I'm reaching 18. You ask. I'm glad you asked.
Just talk?
No, no, no. Rosie, um, when I have children late in my life, right? Because I know, I said it here before. I know the persons before I met my husband. I know that them wasn't father figure. They would have left me knocked up, right? You understand at that age. Rhonda, come back. Let me know if you want to come back, Rhonda. They would have left me knocked up. You understand? I knew that. When God, and furthermore, I knew that I wasn't going to change my nice little size 2 body for not for them boy they. Me never did I go do it, Rosie. So I you there, so them call us something that did have to be
Yeah.
educated. You
Proper
understand?
tea.
Right. So therefore, they was not gonna get this body, change up this body. So when I did met my husband and then we had the conversation, and and we realized that he's a good man. And first of all, he married me. The only way me gonna change my body for you have to marry me. So by this, I'm married. So when I to be honest, is when I conceived, when I know I was gonna have children, when I've beaten all of the negative thoughts that I would never have children. And then God gave me twins. I'm gonna put Rhonda back in just in case in the studio. So we're wrapping it up, Rhonda, so you can chime in at any time. So when God gave me twins, and I figured out a way in which I was going to, and let me figure it out. God gave me that. And I told my husband that I would my boys when they were 12 to manhood. It's his duty. So I was in charge of raising them, sacrificing. My panty them are in a bag. Me buy my panty them. Me eat in a bag, six in a one. You know them panty there, Rosie. You don't know them panty there, cause me never know nothing about Victoria's Secret. Me
Yes, sir.
and me down. Me used to wear. We go thrift shop and shop. We didn't. We lived in all of that. But in order to live, there are certain things that I had to do. And so I sacrificed, like sending them to good foundational school for them to be where they are now. So when they reach 18, and I'm not kidding, I'm like, God, we did it. I did not know I would get there, Rosie. And I'm speaking from with all honesty. I did not know that I could be a mother. I, and they reach 18. That means I can breathe a sigh of relief that I accomplished something. I and they were not involved in anything illicit, any drugs. They did not get in trouble with the law or anything like that.
Yep.
Grow. So that is what I meant when I said I breathe a sigh of relief, because people put talk on your picnic.
Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh
So
yeah.
my children them included, because one of the talk was, oh, she gonna like our picnic them, our boy them better than anybody else boys. And it has nothing to do with my children being better. I was on assignment with God to raise these two boys. I was on assignment. So I take that responsibility seriously. So when them reach 18, me say, all right, God, are you on them now?
I can just imagine. In Jamaica we would use a little term that said live to see them pass the
Live
worst.
to see them pass the worst.
Yes.
Is it? So what
And
about
that's a
yours?
great feeling.
What is the
Trust
moment
me.
for you? I want to throw that question back at you. What is your greatest moment as a mom?
To see them pass the worst.
Oh, the same thing too.
Yes.
Rhonda, what is
Yes.
your greatest
And remember, I have two girls.
Yes.
And as you rightly say, you have those naysayers who, and these people are parents as well. So I can't understand as parents, oh, you wish bad for other people's kids.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand it. You understand? And I personally believe that that we really need to go back to those days where they say a village raise a child or raise the kids, because you should be looking out for each other's kids instead of trying to tear them down. You understand? And I'm just happy that they passed the worst. My last daughter, she's gonna be 18 the 1st of July rather.
Mm-hmm.
And then I can say yes. I
Does
did it.
that my
And I
mother
did it
continue?
basically all by myself.
It does not mean that I've stopped mothering my children.
No.
Right now, like I put up a video a couple days ago with them. I sit down in my lap, and them bigger than me. So I always I come, make sure still nurture, still loving them, still teaching them how they should be loving with their wife when they get them. You understand? So parenting has not finished, but now this is when we put down the strap And this is when we are in a different level of being a parent.
Right.
This is where I
And I will always encourage parents, never give up on your kids. Sometimes they pain your heart. They say when they're young, they tie your feet,
entire of
and
your
when they get older, them tie your heart.
yes,
That's the saying, right?
exactly.
And a lot of people don't understand that very thing. Because when they are young, there are things that you'd want to do or places that you'd want to go, and you can't go because you have to babysit. But some of the things that,
Question if I didn't get any help. Listen, let me first of all, that is a good question. Sorry, Rosie, hold your
yeah,
thought right there. My friend possibly listening because she love that kind of show you when me at double lip talking. I want to just big up my friend. She know herself. I did get help from this friend, my sister too. She the one that calling. She was part of the little village. My village, you could have yeah, and it done. That's it. We never did have to shout loud because my village was not long. Because I think what happened is that when persons say you're not going to have and you have them know so them not going to help you. So those who you were expecting to help you, they take with themselves. They suddenly become not available. But I have a friend when they were born, when my children the twins were born, she have a washing machine at her home, and she would come and she would take their clothes like every 2 days. A twin me grow at a time, Rosie. So me
mhm.
never sleep for 2 years straight, and this is serious thing. I did not sleep for 2 years straight. While I was pregnant, I'm not kidding you, while I was pregnant and when they were born, because they would never be on the same schedule.
Oh,
Come on now. They would never be on the same schedule. So when one is asleep, one is awake. Them never cook at the same time. They didn't do anything at the same time. Total different individuals.
yeah.
So I had a friend and who would come and get their clothes, and it was very hard. I did not get help that I thought I wanted at all, Janet. But I summed it up as that is how God wanted me and my husband to raise our boys ourselves. Because sometimes we get help and the help is damaging to our children
Mhm.
as well.
True.
Right, Rhonda? Talk about
True.
you. So let me stop there and give Rosie a chance to finish her point.
Where was I again?
That talk to your daughters, them, remember?
Right. Yes, we were saying that kids when they are young, they tie your feet
Yes,
because you're not able to, go to the parties anymore like you normally do, like you're free. But when they are older, they say they tie your heart. Just think about you having a child who is troublesome, get him or herself in problems every single time, and you the mother is frustrated.
yes.
It's not a nice place to be,
No,
but I'll encourage every mother or any mother out there who might be going through that situation not to give up on your children.
yeah,
As hard as it may be, trust me, I've been there.
yeah. And you,
I've been
yeah,
there.
yeah.
I know what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And there are times when you feel like, this is it. I'm just done. But
Don't give up.
hold the faith, hold the faith. Continue praying and just hope for the best.
That is true.
Because sometimes that very child might be the one who will help you in the long run.
I feel so empowered tonight, hearing all of these story Rhondas. I
Yeah.
Rhonda is back with us. It's nice over here, so she come back with us. Feel so empowered tonight.
Girls' night. Girls' night.
Go ahead.
Girls' night.
Girls' night. Yes.
I
Absolutely.
hope we have the same for Father's Day.
So say you love them something there. Rhonda, what is
You
your
know,
opinion?
speaking of that,
Yes.
Mhm.
there's this thing that Mother's Day where women are saying they are mother and father. Should women really say that? Can mothers really father their kids?
You know,
Uh,
but we are going to we can talk about that next week.
No, I'm just
you know
asking.
what
Throw
you
it
want to
out.
say?
Huh?
I don't think a woman could teach a boy how to become a man
Come on now.
because there is certain characteristics that men has that women cannot. We can't feel the way men feel. We don't know we don't know. We're women. We need to stay in our lane and be the mother, nurture,
So now
right?
you understand when I said I raised my child from until they were 12. After that, I said, Carl, you're gonna have to take the reign because they're boys. They need to have this man handling. They need to know about man. If there were girls, I would still be doing it. But when it comes
Right.
to man to no, you can't if you can't be mother and father.
Yeah, but why I ask the question because women tend to take on that title as well. And it's Mother's Day, they're celebrating their day, but when Father's Day come, they're still saying the very same thing. So is it unfair for women to say that?
I
That's
don't
why I'm asking the question.
if we look at it in the right context, I don't think it is unfair because what this woman is saying in is essence is that I provide for you the way a father does, but emotionally she can't be a man. She can't be a father.
No.
She can't. And sometimes I think these terms come out of anger from our culture where we want
Mhm.
to belittle men and I would put this in line with the independence women because it's the independent women who speak this way, right?
True, it's true.
That's why I said next week we can talk about the independent women, how this independent thing, if the man not do it and the man not do nothing for you, want him and that sort of thing. It
That
is
is a topic by itself, my dear.
next week we talk about it, Rosie. So Rhonda,
The-
what is your best moment as a mom?
My best moment is when the two boys graduated high school.
Same thing.
I was woo. Now you decide. Well, I like I said, I see the gift my son had, the older one had with his hands. So I sent him straight to Lincoln Tech. But the younger one, he has, he's different. So he went to college. And when he get to college, he said, Mom, I don't think he went 2 semesters. I don't think college is for me. So sometimes we have to listen to our children. We want them to go
22,
here,
36.
right? We want, like, I think Rosie said it.
Mm-hmm.
You want them, or Auntie Donna, someone said it. I jump off too soon. They want to be lawyer, doctor, Indian, and
Mhm.
chief.
Mm-hmm.
Who's gonna fix our fridge? Who's gonna paint our house? Right? Who's
Exactly.
gonna do the plumbing? We need those
We need
people.
to change
So
the man.
you send them into trade. You right? Not everybody could be doctor, lawyer, and things. So you listen to your children and you steer them in the direction they wanna go, right? But sometimes we say, no, I want you to be this. You're too smart to be that. And you're comparing them to other people, children, or their cousins, or
Yep.
even their sibling. But
Mhm.
that's not where they want to go. And then by you choosing the route you want them to go, they start to rebel against
I was
you.
hoping some
And
young people, I sent the video out to some young people. I was hoping that some young people would come in and speak about it. But I guess it's out of respect because I I I have privilege to hearing from some young people and how parents are making it frustrating for them because mother want them to do one thing and
Mhm.
they are like, that's not where I want to go.
Because
Mother is
I
stuck.
don't know if you could hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh,
We can
because I
hear.
was hearing you in and out.
Yes. So yeah. So you know what I mean. So so mothers, if we can give some
Is
encouragement,
this my
we have
phone?
10 more minutes. Leave some encouragement. What advice would you give mothers, Rosie, um, for children that they're growing or raising?
As a, well, it all depends on which
Yes,
context you're asking in.
me.
We're hearing you, Rhonda. We're hearing you.
Oh, but I wasn't hearing you. I didn't hear the question.
Okay. So the question is, what advice do you have for mothers? Like if you were giving mothers maybe a comprehensive advice that you would give to mother. Rosie was answering, but
Yeah, I was saying you have to be vigilant as a mother. You have to listen to your kids. You understand me? Kids don't understand that you are older and more matured. You understand me? So it's kind of twofold. You understand me? Give good advice. Be good role models for your kids. Because they say children live what they learn, and that's so true. Because they are looking at you. So if you feel like say, you want to wear this impy skimpy stuff and you behave in the most derogatory way, and you have your daughter, she's paying attention. So when you see she start acting out, just remember she's a replica of you. You understand? So you have to be very, very careful. Be good role models for your children and pray over your kids.
what?
Don't leave out the prayer because that is very, very, very important, and never give up on them.
Yes.
Those are my advice.
Thank you very much. Rhonda, can you hear? Hello, Rhonda? Wonder what happened. Let me see if I can put her. Rhonda, are you there? Can you hear me, Rosie?
Yes, I'm hearing you.
Right. Okay. That is
Oh, let me give you a joke before I end. Let me tell you that kids live what they learn. Um, my same big daughter, she went to school. She was in primary school. So when they have school fair, the dancing and everybody all up into themselves because no parents around. It is just them. They buy the ticket and they go in and the music playing and everybody dancing. My daughter said to me when she came home, Mommy, I was afraid to dance. I said, why? Because she feel like I'm at a hole watching her.
of course. They
You
live
understand me? So
there.
she knows what I stand for.
Yes.
And so she wouldn't want to behave outside of the context of what she knows that I stand for. You
Absolutely.
understand? Yes.
But even if it's not even stuff like that, but even a little deeper as it regards to being a role model for your child, they live what they grow. You're or are you lying down and tell your child to work? Are you involved in you smoke, you drink, you get drunk with your friends? Your children is observing this. What is
Everything.
what is your work ethics? Because if you have bad work ethics, they are going to come and you when you have these ethics, you can't tell your children I'm not Nino because them all call you a hypocrite, And this goes Rhonda, are you there? Oh, she come
Hello?
back. Yes, there you go.
I
So
think I
maybe
have two on now.
right. All right, I took one off. Yeah, go ahead. Hello?
Yes.
Go
Yes,
ahead.
hello?
All right, go ahead, Rhonda. We got about 5 minutes to go.
What advice would I give to parents?
Yes, yes. All right,
Listen
word
to your
of encouragement.
listen to your children because sometimes we're talking, they're talking, no one is hearing each other. right? So sometimes when they're speaking, just stay quiet and you'll hear a lot of things like emotions, anger, right? And you just listen to them. They have a lot to say. Children have so much to say because sometimes we're so busy going about our daily life, we're not even having time to look and see how our children look, if they're smiling, if frowning, you know. But as mothers, just sit back and watch.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Rosie, any final word before we go? We got
Yeah, definitely. I have a final word. I just want to wish all the mothers, biological or not, a happy Mother's Day when it comes. We know we celebrate it on Sunday coming. Do enjoy yourself. Do some self-care. If no one is taking you out, listen, if you
Take
can
care of
afford
yourself.
to go out and enjoy yourself, go out and enjoy yourself. Buy a nice plate of food and sit and go to one of these nice restaurants. If not, you home cook some good thing that you love.
treat.
Pamper yourself. Treat yourself.
Yes.
It's your special day.
Yes.
Listen,
And do
do
not feel
you?
guilty. Do not feel guilty about it.
Yeah.
Some
I have one more little thing to say. I have one more little thing to say. This is like a brata.
yes.
Hey, listen, whilst you're taking care of your kids, make sure you're taking care of you as well.
That's right.
Save
Mm-hmm.
little money for yourself. You spend out everything on kids because some of them are ungrateful. But we're not talking about them tonight. We're talking about you. You have to do you sometimes or most times.
I totally agree. Treat your
Yeah.
you gotta treat yourself and don't feel guilty.
Not
You
at
know,
all.
one of my son, him have high class taste and him like to eat out and all of them something there. And this week him call and say, Ma, can you take me out? Food at the why is the broadcast going in and out? Someone is interfering with the broadcast. Yeah, but yeah, so you have to take care of yourself. You have to be able to tell them no, when you have to. You have to. That is part of the training. All right. So
Definitely.
that's it. And I want to say happy Mother's Day to all of the mothers from the community and beyond. And we will see you. Same to you, Althea Johnson was on the broadcast as well. Thank you guys for coming and please share the broadcast. So I'm pretty sure that we distributed some nuggets tonight that a mother who may be listening will benefit from. And Rhonda, do you have a final parting words for us?
Happy Mother's Day
All
to
right.
all the mothers.
All right. So I
Take
think
care of yourself mentally, emotionally, spiritually,
All
but
kind of
just
things.
do you. Even though every day is Mother's Day,
yes,
take this
Definitely.
special day to nurture yourself because you take care of everybody all year round.
yes.
And just take this special day to
Mm,
focus on yourself.
my God. All right.
Right.
Well, thank you very much, everyone, for joining the broadcast tonight. What is to say? No, it's not going to happen. Let me do that. As I'm trying to say. So God bless you, everyone. Let me play a song on our
Peace.
way out. Let me play a song for all the mothers.
This song goes out to all the mothers out there. You want to tell mommy, we love you. Thank you for being the good mother that you are. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You wake early every morning, preparing breakfast for the kids. Then you go on your knees and pray to God, help my children. You work long hours Father.
May God bless and keep you. And we will see you again. Have a happy Mother's Day, everyone. God bless you.
Bye.
Us do our best in school because one day God's gonna make a change. You deserve a standing ovation. You're a virtuous woman. That's why we crown you Mother of the Year. Yeah. Situation, but never gave up on your children. That's why we call you Mother of the Year. Yeah. When it rise up and call you bless, Mama, you've been through so much stress. Sometimes the bills were due, you didn't know exactly what to do. It's been a long road to carry this heavy load, but with the help of God, you made it through. Tears would come to our eyes when we see the sacrifice. Mama, we came here today to tell you we love you. You deserve a standing ovation. You're a virtuous woman. That's why we call you Mother of the Year. Yeah. I say you been through some trying situation, but never gave up on your children. That's why we call you Mother of the Year. Yeah. I say you deserve a standing ovation. You're a virtuous woman. That's why we call you Mother of the Year. Yeah. I say you been through some trying situation, but never gave up on your children. That's why we call you Mother of the Year. Yeah. You know, many times we take mothers for granted, but you can only have one mother. I'm asking all the children out there to love and respect your mother. You know, we have some guys who buy girls expensive gifts, and I'm not saying anything is wrong with that. But how many of you show love to the one that is most important? Listen, she carried you for 9 months, washed your clothes, she wiped your nose, stuck with you all night when you were sick, and gave you unconditional love. Remember, keep loving your mother and take good care of her. And let us raise our hands in a tribute and salute the Mother of the Year. Yeah, I say you deserve a standing ovation. You're a virtuous woman. That's why we call you Mother of the Year. Yeah. I see you never gave up on your children. You've been through some trying situations. You are Mother of the Year. Yeah. I say Mother, oh, we crown you. You deserve everything today. We appreciate. We say Mother. Yeah, you're Mother of the Year, Mother of the Year, Mother of the Year. You deserve everything.